Good morning. I don't think I have ever in my life filmed a get ready with me because I don't get ready. I usually just throw my hair back on a clip and I'm barefaced and that's it. But today, so there's kind of two reasons why I'm actually putting makeup on. One, I can tell that I'm getting ready to start my period because I'm breaking out again. I have had acne like my entire life. It did not go away in adulthood. It did not go away after having kids. I finally managed to get it under control in 2020 when I went fully plant-based. So I cut out, like, the last kind of hang on for me was dairy, because probably the case with like everybody, it's hard to cut out cheese. But when I did that, my acne finally cleared up, which makes sense because dairy is filled with estrogen, and your body, obviously as a woman especially, like, you're trying to keep your estrogen levels in balance, and so that just like throws everything off. So that was kind of the key component for me. And it's been great for the last few years, but now that I'm in perimenopause, this is the third month in a row where I can tell I'm getting close to period time because I start to break out. And, you know, there's not really much of a trick for getting rid of that. It just kind of is what it is. I'm in that stage of life. But so I hate having like the red spots all over my face. So I don't really care during the week because I'm home. You would think I would care because there's probably more of you seeing me on here than see me in public, honestly, when I'm out and about on the weekends. But also, this evening we have an anniversary party to go to for Michael's uncle, and it's going to be a really busy day, so I don't really anticipate having time to come home and get ready. So I'm going to go ahead and do makeup this morning and probably just kind of do a little bit of a touch up, like throw some dusting powder on and some lipstick later. So, but anyway, the plan for today, so Michael's daughter is in town visiting because it is Father's Day weekend, and we're going to do our usual errands, but she also wants to go, I think it's like a rental store, like a wedding rental store. She's getting married in September of 2026, and she just wanted to go check that out. But also, I want to go and look at the antique stores again. I have been trying to figure out what I want to do with my basement library. We've got all of the books in place. The fireplace is done. The only thing left to do is to get the trim around the base of the fireplace and the bookshelves and the last little stretch of wall along there. But so I finally get the opportunity to figure out what I want to do with it. And I've been looking on Pinterest specifically for like fall and holiday ideas, because that's really the time of year that I'll be using that library. Right now with the worm season, I just want to be outside. So I really don't spend much time down there at present. Now when it gets like super hot, I might, because it's nice and cool in the basement. But anyhow, I've kind of been browsing and coming up with some ideas of what I want to do with that space. And so there are some things that I want to go to the antique stores and look for. I would like to find like some brass candle holders and like a little basket for wood. It's obviously not a wood burning fireplace, it's electric, but just for, you know, looks. And then maybe like a little fire poker set to kind of decorate in front of the fireplace with. And then I remember seeing, when I was looking for like some glass or crystal candle holders for my birthday party, I remember seeing like a glass vintage lamp or antique lamp. I would really like to see if that is still there or see what I can find, because the little lamp that's next to my reading chair is just like it. I used to have it on my desk at work back in the day when I actually worked like in a cubicle in my old town. And it's kind of just been hanging around. I had it in my laundry area, but after the tree fell in my house and everything had to be redone, like all of the electrical, the wiring in my entire house was pulled out and replaced. And so when they put the lights and stuff back in my basement, my electrician wired a light like right above my laundry area, so it's not so dark anymore. So I don't need the lamp there anymore either. And I've kind of just migrated it over next to my reading chair. But I'd really like to have something that fits the library a little better. I have a Victorian mantle, like a true Victorian mantle. It's the quarter sawn tiger oak from like turn of the century. And so I kind of want to keep with that theme, like kind of a Victorian look down there, just to keep with the fireplace, which is like the focal point of the room. So I want to find a lamp that's kind of Victorian-esque. So I'm hoping that one that I saw will still be available, but if not, maybe I'll find another. But that's kind of the plan for today. I'm sure we're going to do like our usual coffee, farmer's market, running some errands. I know I have like a return that I need to do, and Michael wants to go by TJ Maxx and see if he can find Father's Day cards for his dads. But then to celebrate Father's Day, I'm going to cook for him. He is not plant-based, and there is like a seafood, I can't think of the name of it at the moment. I've got a word in my head, but it's not the right one. But anyway, it's like a tomato-based, like mixed seafood kind of a dish. And so I'm going to make that for him for lunch. And then I'm hoping after lunch, we'll have time to go to the antique stores. If not, I may have to hold it off till tomorrow, because the antique stores are open tomorrow, but they don't open until later. It's like noon before I can go tomorrow. But anyway, that is what I'm up to. So I'm going to finish getting ready, and I will catch up with you when we hit the farmer's market and coffee probably. So.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, oh, you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough.
Yeah, I bet it won't close.
Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. You're the first thing in the morning and the last. Baby, you're my future and you are my past. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong.
my gosh. Score. I have everything that I came for. Well, hello. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to try to talk a little loud because my camera is currently not mic'd, because the microphone for that camera, I have to hold it like down here in order for it not to sound completely distorted. I love this camera. It takes really good video, but honestly the audio on it just kind of sucks. I have tried multiple microphones and multiple different microphone sensitivity settings, and just it's either so quiet you can't hear, or it's very garbled and there's like feedback. It's just weird. So I'm trying it like this. I have just a little bit before I have to leave for that event tonight, but I wanted to show you everything I got. I'm so excited because I had a whole list of things that I wanted for this library. So I got cash for my birthday. If you saw that vlog, it was the 2 vlogs ago, I believe. And so I had a birthday party. I got almost $400 in cash for my birthday from my family members, which I totally didn't expect because at my age that just doesn't happen anymore, but it's a milestone birthday and I actually had a party, which I don't normally do. So I guess I didn't say no gifts. I didn't even think about it. So everybody brought me stuff, which super grateful for because it allowed me to do this. I had been putting off decorating this library because this time of year I just really don't use it. I didn't have it until just a couple months ago. So to make a very long story extremely short, a tree fell in my house back in September, the end of September, did like total damage. The entire inside had to be gutted and redone. But it allowed me to go ahead and put this library in down here that I've always wanted to do. My son was in this basement, but when the tree fell in the house, he was going to get his own apartment when he turned 20 anyway. So it ended up just, kind of forcing him to do that a couple months early. So it cleared him out of here and now I can have my library that I've always wanted. But this time of year, it's warm, so I'm outside all the time. I really just don't use it down here. Like fall and Christmas time is going to be huge down here. So I've been putting off decorating it and even just trying to decide what I wanted. But over about the last week or so, since I knew with my birthday money, that's what I wanted to focus on, I started going through Pinterest and getting ideas for how I wanted to do this. And when I got a plan in mind, I made a list of the things that I wanted for in here. Did not at all expect to find everything that I was looking for in one day, but lo and behold, I did. With the exception of, I do want to get some like fall and Christmas decor. I did order a Christmas tree because with this off season, I could find a good price. It's the same tree that I have for my upstairs at Christmas, but I believe that one I paid around $100 for it, and it was currently priced at $89, so I went ahead and got it. But otherwise, this is just decor for kind of all the time, and I'm gonna shut up now and show you what I got. So I decided, and you saw my inspiration picture already because I had it in like this morning's shot. So I was looking for like brass pieces. So as many little brass candle holders as I could get. So we've got, this one came from, it was the only one I got from this particular store. And then these two came from the last store, which is the place where I actually spent the most money and got the most stuff. So just looking for various different shapes, sizes, and heights. I do still have to get all of the candlesticks to go in all of these holders. That's not going to fit on there. You know what? Before we go any farther, since I have this out of the way right now, I went ahead and set this up and plugged it in because I had it sitting on the floor and Allie started messing with these little beads. Of course he did. But this honestly is like my favorite buy of the day. I had actually seen this lamp the last time I went to this particular antique store and I fell in love with it, but I was like, man, I don't have a need for another lamp. I had like a little short lamp sitting here that was just like kind of a holdover. It was my cubicle lamp back when I worked in a cubicle years ago. And then I had it over my like washer and dryer in the laundry room. But now since my house has been rewired, I have a light bulb in that area over my washer and dryer. So I just relocated it here just as a placeholder. Now it's probably going to get donated. I don't have anywhere left for it, but I decided since I landed on, I wanted to do all of the brass candle holders for the top of the fireplace. And this has like the brass bottom and it's got kind of a perfect Victorian look because Victorian fireplace, I want Victorian just stuff as much as possible. And so I went and looked at all of the antique stores again. And the one that I thought that I remembered liking the most, I actually didn't. I took pictures of all of them at all like 5 different stores we went to. And so I compared and chose from there, and I came back to this one. I absolutely love it. It will get a new shade because the shade is a bright white and that just doesn't fit in this space. So there were more shades at another antique store all in this one booth that were more of like the little domey. I'll try to remember to insert a picture here of what I'm talking about, but it's a very Victorian style lampshade and they had like 5 of them in this booth. We just ran out of time because we have that anniversary party to go to tonight, which I've now been tasked with taking pictures at, so I have to get my camera all packed up and ready to go to within the next like 20 minutes. But, oh, watch out, Allie. So anyway, I'll probably go back and get one of those. They were like $15 a piece, but to replace that lampshade because I do like the shade pretty well. It's just not the right color for in here. So, and then these I'll do next because I need to open up the globes for them. Let's see, I believe that's this bag. And kind of put one together. And as soon as I'm done here, they're gonna go straight up on the mantle because Allie, if he knocks that over and breaks it, I would be so mad. And so I also went, I say stepdaughter, we're not married, but Michael's daughter went with me to do all of this stuff. And so she helped me find a lot of these things. She was a super big help. Oh, how does this go in there? I guess it just pushes down. I don't want to break it. I don't want to force it right now, but 2 globes that sit on there. Let's see. I guess I need to if I'm going to go ahead and put it. How in the world? Huh. Oh, I guess it goes like this. Probably up inside the glass, right? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that one, and then let me open up the other one really quick. There, Allie. He's down here playing with all the paper. There's you a bag too, buddy. Oh. There you go. Roz, he's being such a good boy. He's just sitting up on the steps watching. Oh, let's do this without breaking the glass. Ah, there we go. Okay, so there are those. And then these. And then this one, I found some more just little brass candlesticks. So these are not really brass. I think they might actually be plastic, but they look like brass. I probably will get some spray paint that's closer to this and just throw another coat on them. But it was only $6 for the pair, and I thought it would help fill things in, so I picked those up. There you go, buddy. Okay. And then 2 actual brass ones. So a couple of various little sizes, heights, shapes, and everything. So, and then, so Mia, Michael's daughter, she was with me, and I was looking for one of these, and we had been at every store and had not seen a single solitary one, and we were in the very last store. I think actually she might have spotted these first, if I remember correctly, but I was looking at these, and she turned around in the same booth, like kind of behind, I was facing away from it, and she let out a gasp, and so she's kind of looking for stuff for herself too, obviously. So I thought maybe she found something she was looking for, but she got so excited when she found this. So, and she may actually use it for her wedding too. She's looking for one to put flowers in. So she really wants something glass and smaller, but I was like, if you don't find something, you're welcome to use this for the wedding if you need to. So, and then a little fire poker set. I put my wide angle lens on, so maybe you can see it. But I found this. So this will go on one side of the fireplace, and then this one will go on the other side with some little wood pieces in it. And then the pictures. I may have to swivel the camera around and move over here to show you everything I got for pictures. So this one came from, again, it was the Safe House for Women thrift store. So everything there goes to the Safe House for Women. But their prices were super, super cheap. Like this thing I think was $2 or $3. A picture of a girl reading. I am not naturally a redhead. I dyed my hair red when I was 31, so 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. So I'll be 40 in just like a couple weeks. But I grew up a blonde, so this was just like the perfect, like from my childhood kind of reminiscent thing. And it'll go great in a Victorian themed library. This one is a Claude Monet, and I was super excited about this because originally my intent was to get a Degas ballerina painting for in here to go above the fireplace, but unfortunately all of the ones that I really like are not landscape orientation, they are portrait. And I have such low ceilings because this is a basement, so portrait just really wasn't going to work over the fireplace, so I kind of had to scrap that. But I thought a good alternative would be Monet because he is my favorite after the Degas ballerinas. So this was hanging on a wall going to the basement at one of the antique stores, and it was 50% off. So I definitely snagged this one. Oh, and it's heavy too, so let me see if I can slide this over. And then this was one of the ones from the Safe House for Women thrift store. The frame I will probably paint because the wood color just doesn't match all of my wood down here and it's got so many nicks. So I will probably use just like a spray paint and spray it gold like all the others. But I felt like this was very me, all of the pink flowers and pink dresses and just for me and my love of spring and gardens and flowers and all of that stuff, like this is just so me. So it was perfect. And I thought this was going to be the one to go over the fireplace, but now I'm conflicted and I don't know which one I want over the fireplace because I also found this one. It was in the same antique store on the other side of the wall to the basement, also 50% off, but it is also a Monet and it is the perfect size, shape, orientation to go over the fireplace as well. So I think I like, actually as much as I hate to say it, I like this picture better, the one that I just turned away, but this one's also a Monet. So I have to decide which one I'm going to use over the fireplace. It's going to be one of these two. I will make my decision. The other Monet, since it is more of a square instead of a landscape, I may actually hang that. Like my stairwell coming down the steps, I have this whole long wall at the back of the stairwell where the wall like goes between the stairwell and my living room. And I used to have something hanging there that just didn't fit my decor anymore. So when I moved back into the house, I donated that one. So I need something there. So maybe that one will go there because I have all of these giant pictures and I do have a lot of wall space down here, but the problem is this wall that goes like all the way across back here is solid concrete and I just do not want to drill into that wall to hang pictures, and I don't believe that like a command hook of any type would stick to a textured concrete wall well enough to hold up a picture. So I probably can't hang anything like this on that wall. So we will see what I'm going to do with all of them. But the last one, this one also came from that thrift store. So one of them was $7, the other one from the thrift store was $8. So absolute steal, because if I had found this at an antique store, it would have been $30, $40, $50 easily for these big pictures with the frames. So I thought that was pretty good. But again, a nice pretty garden picture. Hi, buddy. So I just have to decide what I'm going to put where. I know I'm going to hang one over my desk, and I'm going to put one over the mantle, and then the other end of the room is like a paneled wall, and I have a big mirror. Maybe I'll like try to throw a pan in here so you can see, but I could hang one on like one side or the other of that mirror. So we will see. I'll figure out where to put them all, but that is the haul. That is everything that I got today at the antique stores. I do have to shut up now and get myself ready to go. I've got to pack up the camera that I'm obviously currently using to film so that I can take pictures. But that's going to do it for me for today. And I will see you back here tomorrow to hopefully start setting some pieces up on this fireplace.